Welcome back to CHOWTIME Pods. Your host, I got a video today from Amala. More boohoo.
Leftist women are hopping online and begging leftist men to come out of the woodwork so that they can date you. Apparently, these girlies...
Why would they come out? They're equal. We're male feminists, equality. You gotta do the same thing they do, 50-50, remember?
They're being left high and dry out on the dating market, and when they are finding dates, they are accidentally going on dates with conservatives. So, leftist men, where are you at and why are you not dating these women? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, you better.
Because I think there's very little of them nowadays. And women aren't attracted.
Yeah, you better.
Guys, before we get into today's video, please like and subscribe. As today we're talking about a recent phenomenon I've witnessed online where leftist women are hopping online and saying, please, for the love of all that is good, I need a leftist man to date. I need a leftist boyfriend.
Isn't it sad how women have, in the last 5 years, decentered men, dressed not for the male gaze, and now they're begging. Where are all the men? Can you come out? Oh, I need a man.
And they cannot find their leftist boyfriend. I'm going to start off with this TikTok that's got 90,000 likes on it so that you guys can get familiar with the problem.
So I don't know if anybody else is struggling with this, but on every date that I've been on recently, I find out that these guys are extreme conservative MAGA guys. And that might not be posted on...
I don't even think they're extreme. They're probably just more conservative, but any conservativeness is going to be to the extreme to a lot of these people.
their apps or their prompts, or you might know that, not know that going in, and then I find out. And it's a big problem for me because I've been having these guys tell me that they have a lack or inability to have empathy for masses that don't directly affect them.
I say that all the time, right? Care more about what you can touch and what's around you than the stuff that you can't control. I'm not saying don't care about it at all, but there's a lot of other important things for you to handle. I'm saying that to everyone.
A guy told me last night that he doesn't care about people personally that are not in his life, or that, and it doesn't affect him. Like, if it doesn't affect him, then he doesn't care about it. And that really bothered me because I've had a lot of guys these days like tell me that they don't feel empathy for...
It's not empathy. You don't have this social justice warrior in us that think everything that's bad going on that we have to say something or do something about it. Some stuff we can just acknowledge that it's bad and move on.
People of different socioeconomic statuses or going through different problems. And I think this was really heavily related to the ICE raids and lack of empathy for people losing their families and losing their lives over these things. So as a progressive person, but also as a person who really tries to care about other people in her community, I find it a huge struggle these days to date amongst the rise of Trumpism and conservatism in young men.
Okay, so there you go. She's laying out a little bit of a problem there. Now, I have a few little qualms with things she's saying. I have a feeling a lot of these men are not outright telling her they don't have empathy for any other group of people. I think she's interpreting their stance on an issue that way. But
the stance of my stance, right? I say care more about what you can control. I'm not saying, don't care about, people dying or, the bad things in the world. No, acknowledge it. See what you can do. If you can't do much about it, move on and fix your life. Fix the things you can fix.
But that would be the tendency of a leftist/liberal woman, in my opinion. And that is why it behooves them to date somebody who is also a leftist/liberal, but apparently they're having such struggles going out there onto the dating field and finding somebody who actually represents their values. And it's probably a mixture of different issues. I think men notoriously, at least a lot of them, do not care what your political affiliation is or how you feel about specific issues. They're looking to meet a good person, have a good time, and they just have different goals in dating. I find when I'm talking to women versus men, women are far more staunch about finding somebody who really, really toes the line of whatever ideology that they have. And rightfully so. They want to find somebody.
I mean, back in the day, that wasn't such a thing. Everybody's political views were kind of to themselves, and that's so out there as it is now. I remember the Dave Chappelle stand up where they were talking about like, oh, who did you vote for? And he was like, ho ho ho, enough with the personal questions. And then he goes off to, oh yeah, remember last night I was banging my wife in the ass. Oh yeah, that's how it was like kept under wraps back in the day, and especially in like the early 2000s. Before then, people just didn't talk about their political affiliations. They maybe talked about policy every so often, but they never said I was a Republican or I was a Democrat or anything like that. They never fought between lines like this.
Who shares their values. Men, it seems, are a lot more lax on those things because they feel like maybe there's wiggle room or that these conversations are not going to impact their relationships as much.
Like, why would it? Like, what is like a person in Gaza suffering really have to do with me and you and our relationship at this current moment? Right? I'm just saying.
As women think they are. And before we unpack the issue any more than this, let's watch another one. This one got, let's see, 40,000 likes on it.
I don't think there's
I don't even get 40,000 views.
anything harder than finding a liberal boyfriend.
I mean, they can find the liberal boyfriends. They're just not attracted to them because most of them are very staunch feminists.
Where is he? Where is he? Who of my people? Are you guys having liberal boyfriends? Who is liberal boyfriend? Raise your hand. Where'd you find it? It's such a problem for me. It really is. It really is a problem. And if you don't understand why it's a problem, you just don't get it. Not even a liberal, like maybe like a Democrat, like a registered Democrat. I just want to find a dude that voted for Kamala Harris. I'm really struggling. I know 70 million people voted for her, so there's got to be one that is attractive. And
See, there you go. She had just admitted there has to be one that's attractive. No, you weren't attracted to any of them, really.
my type, and in the general vicinity.
So there you go. Now, I think this is going to continue to be an issue for quite some time. And I don't think it has really anything to do with this current administration or Trumpism or the rise of conservatism. I think it has everything to do with the fact that men are notoriously right-leaning, and we're in a specific political and dating climate right now that is not conducive to building connections and creating relationships.
Yeah, men have always been, and now there's a big swing pushing back towards the right again.
Particularly amongst left-leaning people. So set aside the fact that men already skew right. Men, especially in the young demographic, are not approaching women right now. We read a stat in another episode where it said 18 to 25, that age group for men, 50% of them have never approached a woman not once in their entire life. They are not coming after you romantically. They are not pursuing y'all, not online, not in person. And it's because they're first afraid of being rejected, but they're also afraid of something that's been created in the wake of the Me Too movement, and that is being labeled as a creep or harasser or getting an HR complaint for having
Or going to jail.
Pursued a woman. And I can't imagine any demographic of women that may experience that more than a left-leaning woman, considering that's where really the heart of the issue lies. That's where the Me Too movement is spawned.
It's where all the feminism is. It's where most of the entitlement is.
And while it is a well-intentioned movement, I think men are catching on. And they're going, I'm not gonna pursue you guys, okay? So most of the men are already conservative anyways. The ones who are liberal might have a little bit of a tendency to not be that pursuant when it comes to romantic relationships. And that might be why y'all ladies are being left high and dry, and why I'm seeing things like girls posting two delusional besties who think they're gonna find a single liberal man on a night out. So they're getting all dolled up, getting all their makeup done, and they're not finding anything. Other women are posting their criteria. This one says it is too much to ask for a liberal brunette man with a slutty mustache. So a few little add-ons there. But she's looking.
I didn't realize Ron Jeremy porn stashes were back.
For her little liberal brunette man. Another one, and this one is a little bit more ridiculous than the others, says, I've never seen a hot, rich, 6'2" straight liberal man who lives in New York before.
Well, I can tell you now, 6'2" man that lives in New York that's rich is definitely going to be a conservative.
Feel free to prove me wrong. So,
Well, not definitely, but no, super high
at
chance.
least she's funny, okay? But they're out there looking for you, you liberal leftist men. They want to find you. They're looking for that pro-choice,
They ain't looking for us, man. They ain't looking for us.
ACAB, pro-feminist guy out there who's gonna wear that t-shirt that says raise boys and girls the same. And I know those men exist. Now I have a feeling some of y'all are playing around. Some of y'all are thinking these women are Boo-Boo the Fool and you're pretending to be something you're not. But nonetheless,
Definitely Boo-Boo the Fool.
somewhere out there is men like this that exist, and I think they're looking for women today. So why?
There are. I still have liberal friends. I have a lot of liberal friends still that are very liberal, that are super against a lot of my views, and which is fine. I can still be friends with people even though they have opposite views of each other. It's just what we kind of think how society should go or how society is. It's fine, right? There's nothing wrong with that, but they can't seem to find any women. So you leftist women, as much as you're saying you're looking for leftist men, the leftist men out here are just like, with their dick in their hand, are just like, where are all the women?
Aren't these women finding you? Well, we spoke about some of the issue, but I don't know, there must be more. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below about why you think this is happening. Another thing is maybe there's a little bit of a masculinity issue on the left leaning.
That's why they're not attracted to them, right? That's why we always say, you know, if you're more liberal, more left-leaning, feminist, male feminist, you're usually not more on that masculine side. Usually.
Side. I don't mean to like throw shots or have you guys catch strays,
Ow.
but that might be playing into the lack of efficiency when it comes to building romantic connections on the left and why these
Remember, the left demonized masculinity to its core, right? So now any type of masculinity is toxicity.
women are struggling. Now, the women who aren't are bragging about it. The women who have these liberal boyfriends are posting those liberal boyfriends online and saying, haha, look what I got. Okay.
Interesting.
This girl posted a video of her boyfriend that says 6'4", raging liberal, pays all the bills, not MAGA, obsessed with me, cooks, cleans, hates Trump, and is hot. Now, I want you to take a look at that list. Raging liberal, not MAGA, hates Trump. 3 out of the 9 things are about politics, which should tell you everything you need to know about leftist women. If you're looking for a man to date and you want cohesive, shared political values, why not make that one bullet point on your list? Why does he have to be a raging liberal who's not MAGA and hates Trump? Could we say that in...
She's so spot on that, isn't it? Like they are so propagandized through politics that it has to be 3 bullet points.
in one phrase and not 3, but that just shows how overwhelmingly obsessed these individuals are with political affiliation and why it might be hard to find a man who, even if they are liberal, is going to be down like that with your political beliefs. Sometimes, and don't get me wrong, ladies, because I want you guys to have what you want, sometimes you put too much emphasis on towing the line of your ideology. And sometimes your ideology is not congruent with reality, and men sense that. That's why you're running into dating men who either don't care about certain political topics that you care about, or who are just outright conservative. And even worse than that, you're running into a nefarious group of men who are pretending to support your political ideology, and really they just want to be on the date with you. And maybe worse than that, they just want to bang. So you need to watch out for the guy who's just pretending and putting on a facade.
It's nice of you, Amala, to give women this warning, but I don't think women take heed.
As well. Now here's another woman who's bragging about her man. She says, big arms, didn't vote for the orange man, firefighter, not cop, because we all know these individuals hate cops, supports women's rights, pro-choice, can build me anything, and a lover boy. Now out of her list of 7 things, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. 4 of them are about politics. And one says supports women's rights and the other one says pro-choice, as if those 2 things are not often seen as the same thing in leftist circles. Again, these individuals are obsessed with politics. And we're seeing this more and more.
Again, I don't like talking about politics all that much because I'm not a big fan of it, you know? I do cover it every so often because it touches us. It touches men. We live, our lives are part of politics in a sense, right? But it's weird. It's weird how much emphasis that's, I don't know if it's young people or women, but I think it's mostly women, that if you don't believe what I believe, you're a nobody. You don't exist anymore. You're an evil person. What happened to, okay, you don't believe what I believe. It's okay. As long as we're still friendly with each other, cordial with each other, we can still live nice, friendly lives and even get married and love each other. We don't have to have everything the same. This list of criteria that women want men to be exactly like them, to do everything they do, to like everything they like. It's so crazy. Nobody's the same person as you, but just a male version of it.
In the dating sphere and on the field here, like on dating apps now, ladies are labeling their profiles as pro-choice or putting their pronouns, or they're immediately asking men who they voted for right out of the gate. And I can't think of a more unattractive thing when going on dates. And I'm somebody who likes to get important conversations out of the way. I want to know if we are running on the same line when it comes to values, things that are important to us, what we're looking forward to in our future, what we want our lives to look like, our relationship to look like. But when you come straight out of the gate, not only wanting to grasp every single bit of a political affiliation out of this person, but also judging them for not having the one that you want, you're gonna lose when it comes to dating. I can imagine there are even leftist and liberal men out there who are totally in line with what these women think, but these women are just too aggressive about their beliefs and wanting to date somebody who shares them. Just chill, let things breathe a little. I know this political climate is a little divisive right now, but you don't have to be divisive in dating. Date who you want, what you want, and find those shared values if that's what you're looking for. But my goodness, do not make 4 bullet points on your list all about politics where essentially they're saying the same thing. Now, this is a multifaceted issue. And I think for some time to come, we're going to continue to see liberal women and...
Oh, we already called it. We've been calling this out for like a year or two now, that we're going to see a lot of these videos. Just grab your popcorns, men, and enjoy.
Leftist women in particular who are complaining about not being able to find men out there on the field. And we've identified some of the reason why. Okay, men are not approaching women. This particular group of women is typically a group that says they don't want to be approached. I mean, they're notorious for saying they do
I don't need no man.
not want any sort of male energy, and they're constantly...
I just love saying that because, you know, as you guys always point out in the comment section, is like it's a double negative, but they love saying I don't need no man. So you don't need no man, so you need a man.
beating down on men, some going as far as to be misandrous towards men. So that's going to play a factor here. Liberal leftist men are not...
I mean, hating on men and making videos about hating on men, and you can't get a man. Shocker.
really trying to impose themselves in the lives of women, so that may be tough when it comes to dating. And overall, men skew right. So I
don't think we skew a little bit right, but more in the center. But according to leftist women, it doesn't matter if you're even a little bit left. You're a little bit left, you're still too far to the right for them.
don't know. You got a rough hand here. I'm not gonna lie. It seems you have a rough hand when it comes to this issue. I would urge, I don't know, leftist women who are looking for somebody to date, be forward about your political beliefs, but not so forward as to scare off the host, okay? Because a lot of y'all are scaring off the host. We can bring up this topic lightly and have a normal, nice conversation where we're not judging and clawing into the person who may or may not disagree with us. We can be chill about it. So maybe start there. Also, just be open and encouraging to all different types of people. And when...
Yeah, be inclusive like you guys always say you are.
you find that somebody doesn't support your values, you can shuffle them off to the side. And for the men, I mean, they're out there begging for your energy. So if you're a liberal leftist man, go find these girls because they're out there and apparently they do want your attention.
Don't listen to Amala. Don't listen to Amala on this one. Everything else she was spot on until she reached this point right here. They're not looking for they're not looking for you guys, the liberal guys out there, if I have any liberal guys that are watching. She's just saying that, and they're just saying that, just like they always say, I'm just looking for the good guy. They just love saying these things because it makes them look good.
I hope you don't find the one who doesn't. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I have advice. This is out of my realm of existence.
Shout outs to Amala for trying to guide women the right way, because they need guidance. There's a lot of women out there that are completely lost. Hopefully a lot of them watch Amala to, get themselves back into the society, get themselves back into reality. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that, and I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.